join me for a sparkly Friday sews. Hello, my name's Sam and welcome to my channel Sew Let's Sparkle with Sam. Oh, it feels like it's been a little while since I've done a Friday sews, but it is Friday the 15th of August. It is my daughter's birthday and I thought I'd come on and do a little cheeky Friday sews because I don't feel like I've kind of caught up with you for a while, even though I've had quite a few vlogs out, and thank you for those of you that have been following me on my Sewing Bee synopsis journey, which has been really exciting. So there is a playlist. I've been doing Wednesday 6 p.m. my vlog drops or thereabouts. I've been having a little bit of problems with uploading in the last couple of weeks and it's gone out at 7 o'clock rather than 6 o'clock and I don't know why. So but yes, hopefully Wednesday 6 p.m. my Sewing Bee synopsis drops and I let you know what I thought of the previous night's show. So if you don't get to watch it, it's a good way of kind of keeping in touch. If you do watch it, it's a great way of finding out what I thought, and yeah, and I'm really enjoying doing it, and it's really good fun, and thank you for all of the lovely comments that I get, so thank you very much. But yeah, I haven't really done a kind of, you know, full on in the sewing room chatty sparkly Friday sews, so I thought it's Friday, it's a good day, let's get it done. So Friday sews is a hashtag that was brought to us by the lovely Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, and it's used by sewing and sewing vloggers across the world to just have an opportunity to tell you all about what they've been up to, some makes, some plans, a little bit of life and anything else that they've got to tell you. And I have got a bit to tell you. So let's start with Wednesday. So I was lucky enough to have a lovely visit from my lovely friend Katherine, who is Sew to Makery, and she has done a lovely beautiful vlog on her channel, so I will tag her down below, tag the vlog down below, so go and have a look and find out what we got up to. But yes, she came over for the day, which was delightful. She was the most wonderful house guest because she brought lunch with her. Not only did she bring lunch with her, but she brought a homemade allotment grown lunch with her. So we had gorgeous courgette fritters, salad. I mean, forget the sewing. The lunch was amazing, which was wonderful. This is the reason why my sewing room might look a little bit different to that it normally does, because I've turned the tables around the other way so that two people can sew in a kind of, you know, what's the word, in a friendly way, rather than sitting side by side. It's nice to look at each other. Although me and Katherine looking at each other just means that we giggle. We giggled the whole time. It was the best day. We joined in with the lovely Hayley with her Thready Set Go sessions. And I think they all thought we were mad. But it was great to see everybody. And hi Irene, lovely to see you. So yeah, it was a really, really lovely day, and we thought it would be nice if we were going to be together to sew, clearly, and maybe to sew something the same together. Now, Katherine had had a whip, saltwater salt dress that was a whip for a very long time. I just made a saltwater slip dress for a 50th birthday party celebration, and I was really keen to make another one. And I did wear it when Katherine came and we tried it on, but I wanted to make it for my daughter's birthday, which is today, but not to wear today. Today I'm wearing my Vintage Ladies First Rays of Sun dress from the lovely Weekend Sewing Club subscription, which I will pop down below. If you don't know about that, I've done other videos on that one and I'll speak about a little bit more about that in a little bit. But yeah, I wanted to make a dress that I could wear to my daughter's birthday stroke housewarming party, because she's recently moved into a new home, and tomorrow we're going to go and have a little party, and I wanted to make a new dress. So yeah, little story to that. So I made the Friday Pattern Company saltwater slip dress. Oh, it's such a lovely dress. I mean, you know me, I love Friday Pattern Company anyway, so I knew I was going to love it. But because it was a very kind of slim silhouette, I was a little bit worried about, you know, nature's lumps and bumps and how it was going to fit on me, if it was going to suit me. I've seen some lovely ones. I've seen Tamlin in absolutely beautiful ones, but Tamlin is tall and slight and athletic build, and I'm not. Which is absolutely fine, but it's really difficult to tell whether things are going to look, how things are going to look on different bodies, which is another reason why we thought that me and Katherine making one together would be a good way of you being able to see what it looks like on different people. So yeah, so here's mine. It's inside out because I really wanted to show you. So I couldn't wait to put in my little label from Specky Seamstress Labels. I absolutely loved this month's label, and it says Star Maker, and then this is how I finish the inside. So what I've done is I overlock the edges and then just fold them open, and it does make for a nice neat finish inside. And then you bind the edges, and I've used the same fabric for the binding, but obviously if you wanted to make it quicker, you could buy, you know, you could buy ready to made binding, and then yeah, and so here's where the darts are inside. I just find it nice to have a look, and then obviously I've done exactly the same until it comes down to the split, and then I've just done a very narrow, because I got the dress out of 1.5 meters of this gorgeous fabric from Fabric Godmother, because that's all I had, because I originally was going to use this for a different project. I am super duper excited with myself of how well lined up I got the moon and the sun, so it goes right down the middle, and when you see a picture you'll see that I've done a good job on where I wanted that to be placed. But I only just got it out, so it's full length. As you can see, it's basically reaches my ankles, and I got it out of 1.5 meters because I used every single scrap. The bias binding, the straps were supposed to be cut on the bias, they weren't quite, they just a little tiny bit of bias. It still worked absolutely fine because it's this beautiful viscose crepe, and I don't know whether you can see, but it's got quite a lot of kind of mechanical stretch in it, so it was absolutely fine. And yeah, and the reason why it's got a tiny little rolled over on the split is that I went right up to the selvage, so there might even be a tiny bit of selvage in there. So yeah, I just got it out, and I make a large, so if you are a large or smaller in Friday Pattern Company, then you can get it out of 1.5 too. So if you are willing to have a little bit of selvage, yeah. And obviously if you bought the bias binding, then yeah, easy peasy. So absolutely loved making that. Really, I can't recommend that pattern enough. I think it's really nice. I think you'll agree. I will pop, so everything that I talk about that I have photos for, I'll pop at the end. Hopefully you'll see a few pictures popping up as I talk about what I've got up to. So yeah, so that was the lovely day with Katherine. I excuse me if I keep looking down at my iPad because I have not been very well this week. So at the weekend I had a really lovely weekend, and I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute. But on Saturday afternoon I was taken quite poorly. Yeah, I was really poorly. I won't go into too many details, but I'm now on antibiotics. I've been on antibiotics all week. I've had lots of rest and recovery. I'm on the mend, but yeah, I've just not been very well. So everything has been taking me a bit longer, and I just keep forgetting things. So I've got little kind of cues for everything, so I remember everything that I want to tell you. So yeah, apologies, but this is me. So the other project, so that was Katherine's lovely day, and I really enjoyed making my saltwater slip. And then the other thing that has been taking up quite a lot of my time this week, as in making, is I have been doing a lovely project for Cinnamon Daisy Scrap 25. You have to be very careful how you say that, don't you? Scrap 25 is a sewing challenge on Instagram run by Cinnamon Daisy. I'll pop the details up below, not below, there, hopefully. And basically you have to make a garment out of scrap. So this is totally up my street. I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I have tons of scrap. So I went straight up into my son's bedroom, because in my son's bedroom's got a cupboard that goes like into the eaves of the house, and that's where I keep lots and lots of my scrap fabrics. I bought down bags and bags of it, and I basically set about making 5-inch squares, and I cut 260 5-inch squares out of scrap fabric. And yeah, took me quite a long time, but it was good fun. And then I sewed them together in rows, and then I basically made 6 panels of these 5-inch squares, but I made them, they were 10 squares long and 3 or 4 squares wide, and that was depending on what pattern piece I was going to pop on them. So the pattern that I've decided to make is the lala-pants. Of course it's the lala-pants. Everyone knew it was going to be the lala-pants, because who doesn't want a crazy pair of lalas? So those of you don't know, the lala-pants are by Betty Silk Studio, which is the lovely Lizzie, who was Sewing Bee. Cannot remember her season. Was it season 9? I believe. And yeah, and I just love that pattern. It's very, very simple pattern. It's an elasticated waist, high-waisted trouser. It comes with a little, so an option to put a pleat in the bottom, which makes it have that barrel leg feel without being like too barrely at the hips, which I love. And rather than just a front and a back, it has a side panel, and in the side panel is the pockets. So you don't have any side seam pockets, you have side panel pockets, which again takes away any bulk. And I just love them. I'll pop a picture of me wearing one of my favourite pairs. And I just thought it was a great one to use with the scrap, because it, you know, it is just like lots of long pieces. So let me just grab what I've done so far. This is what I've done so far. So I've got my Lala notes, and basically those are the notes on all of the differences that I make to the pattern. So I remove 2 centimeters from the rise, and I move the pocket piece up 2 centimeters as well. And the finished measurements on the hips are 42.5, and my hips are like 37, so no, 38. Yeah, 38. So it's got enough ease on the hips, but it's kind of a nice kind of fitting feel. So that's the kind of alterations that I make. Very few, but it's just, it makes it, you know, just changes it from great to perfect. Here are the line drawings for the lalas, and as you see, you can just have them standard wide, or you can just put the pleat in the bottom, which gives them that little very modern, very on trend, kind of barrel feel, and that's what I intend to do with these patchwork ones. And then what I've done is for each of the pattern pieces, so this one is the side panel, I have made I've cut out from my scraps. And what I intend to do is I'm going to interline them. So I have got to keep in with the scraps, because obviously it's all got to be scraps. When we have bedding, a bed sheet, you know, the kind of just the normal plain white undersheet, obviously they don't stay white forever, and sometimes they get ripped and you know, sometimes they're just old and a bit thinner. I keep all of those and I use them for linings and I use them for toiling and that kind of thing. And so I have a big box in my collapse unit that has got all of the scraps of those fabrics. So I'm going to use those to interline. And when I say interline, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the same pieces out of the lining, and then I'm going to sew them wrong sides together and just sew within the seam allowance so they're all sewn together. On some of the longer pieces I may stitch in the ditch between to give those nice lines, and then I just sew it together as normal. And that will just give me a nice kind of, so it will be a nice neat finish inside. There's nothing stopping you if you wanted to do just leaving it like this inside. But I can see these being my sewing trousers for years and years and years, and I want to do a proper job, you know, I want to do a proper job. So yeah, so this has got to be done by the end of this month. So I've got to crack on with that one. So the other thing that I have been doing this week is the pattern club pattern for Thready Set Go. So I attend the lovely Hayley's Thready Set Go sessions. I'm normally there either on a Wednesday morning or a Wednesday night, depending on what my day's been doing. I sometimes attend some of the weekend ones as well, but again, depends what's happening. But I do try and do at least one a week. And the pattern club pattern for this month is the Lucy top and dress by Sew Over It. And yeah, and I love the fact it's a nice simple one for this month, because we've had a few chunky ones, you know, with the cinnamon daisy skirt, well, that was quite a chunky one, and the Faulkner pants, that was quite a chunky one, and the Lucy dress and top is just a nice simple one, which I don't think is going to take too long to. Having said that, I have started it and it's already in a whip, but let me show you. So I have decided to make the top because I find Sew Over It sizing doesn't always work out for me. So I thought if I make a top, it's a way of kind of doing a little cheeky toile. So I have made the first one with this fabric that was gifted to me by my friend Nikki. And yeah, and so I have basically done sewn the shoulder seams together at the front and back, and I have made the neckband, but I've not kind of popped it on yet. So I've done that one, and then obviously we'll pop the sleeves in, and then I've also done another one in this fabric, which is a little bit more of a sturdy cotton jersey, because I kind of want to see how the different jerseys feel in the sizing, so that I've got an idea of what I want to make the dress from. So yeah, but two little t-shirts, and I think I'll get a lot of wear out of these. They're colours that I like, stars on, so a lovely little top with jeans. So I have got those to finish this week as well. So I have done quite a lot of sewing this week. I haven't done a lot of finishing, because I find the finishing is where you have to have your full concentration, and because I haven't been feeling very well, I haven't had full concentration. So unfortunately it is what it is. Another little project that I have done this week, and this is just a silly little thing, is that when I went to the Festival of Quilts, I picked up, one of the stands gave me this little tote bag, you know, with some information in. And, you know, tote bags are handy and stuff, but obviously I've got lots and lots and lots of tote bags. So, you know, a tote bag has to win its place in my heart to stay around. And I've been looking for a tote bag like this to pop in one of my bags for when I go out, you know, just when I'm just nipping out to the shops and stuff, so that if I do, or if I'm just nipping into town, I'm not necessarily going shopping, but if I do buy something, I hate having to not have a bag. So this is a nice little size. So what I've done is I've opened the side seam and I've put a little label in, and then with some scraps, you know, because I'm on the scraps, with some little scraps that I found in my scrap bin that weren't suitable for the trousers because they were all felt, I've made this little fella. So I've just made him into like a little patch. I've done it using just a satin stitch and a bit of free motion on the leaf and the stalk, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop him on the center of the bag, and I just thought make a nice little fun shopping bag just for me, just because. And when I'm not feeling very well, that's the kind of thing that I do. I just need something that's going to make my mind happy, make me feel sparkly again. So yeah, so I've been doing that. Another thing that I've been doing is, as I've just said, it's my daughter's birthday today. So I have made a little birthday card. And it was just, again, out of scraps that were too small for my 5-inch squares for my trousers, and I've just made this little birthday card. And yeah, a little bit of fun, and because it's also a housewarming party, I've also made that for her and her boyfriend. So that was a nice little thing to do. My hair is going crazy today, I do apologize. So yeah, so that is what I have been making. So another thing that I've been making but I haven't got with me, which is why I've nearly forgotten. So before I got really poorly at the weekend, we went down on Friday to some very good friends of ours who's got 2 little girls, and unfortunately their dad had to pop into hospital. He's been going through some treatments at the moment, and so we said to help out, it's the summer holidays, we would go down and look after the girls. And they are the most beautiful girls, and they wanted me to make them a bag. So one of them is off to secondary school and she wanted a bag that she could pop her mobile phone in, and the other one is going into year 5 next year, and she just wanted a bag that she could pop all of her important stuff in. Sweets. So I designed a little bag, and we had a great day. The plan was to just make one each. We ended up making 5. It's a little bag with a front pocket for a mobile phone. Unfortunately, I haven't got any with me, but I will pop some photos up. And what I'm planning on doing is I'm actually going to release it as a pattern. I'm going to name it after the girls, and I'm going to release it as a pattern. So, because I thought that would be a nice thing to do. But yeah, we had a lovely day making that. They had such fun. It was so nice to see them on the machine that I gifted to them last year. Yeah, it was a really lovely day. That was really nice. But yeah, more to come on that pattern. But yeah, and then after that, not so much sewing relating, but a little life update. On the Saturday, I've been doing Couch to 5K. I've been doing really well. I'd done week 5, run 3, which I ran for a full 20 minutes. I was feeling really alive. And when I was chatting to Katherine about it, I said, I don't know whether I'm just ready to do a 5K or whether it's just too soon. We talked about possibly doing one when we were away with the girls, because there is a 5K run that Mr. Sparkles had done a few times before when we've been there before. It's called Alice Holt. It's in a beautiful forest. And Katherine was like, that's not far away from me. That's actually only like, half an hour, 40-minute drive from me. if you fancy doing it, I'll do it with you. And that's what I needed. I needed a I'll do it with you, Sam. So yeah, got up Saturday morning, feeling great. And I did 5k. I ran 5k. It wasn't a fast time. There was one of the hills that was called Dragon Hill. Dragon Hill, do you get it? And it did drag on and on and on. But Katherine was very proud of me, and I ran almost the whole way. I walked for a little bit when it was hills like this. Other than that, I ran the entire way. Yeah, I did it in about 40 minutes. I've got my exact time on my part run and also on Strava, which is a public, so if you want to find me on Strava, you can find out how I did. Yeah, it was really cool. I did it. I can't believe I did it, but I did it. So I just have to say a really big thank to Debs, who Debs makes this, made this. She has been a fantastic support to me and has really kind of got me through. I have had a break this week. I've had to take a whole week off running because I just haven't been well enough. My body does not react well to antibiotics, so I have been feeling really poorly. And yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, this week is a non-week, and then if I have to do week 5 again, I will do it again. I do totally intend to carry on, but yeah, I've had, so yeah, so a little life blip there, but it has been brilliant. I've really enjoyed it. So what's next on my list? Okay, so Mr. Sparkles has just let me know that it is nearly time to go for breakfast with my lovely daughter. So we're going to go out today. We're going to go for some breakfast because they have got a lovely day in London planned. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you all about some people that I've been watching, some plans and some exciting new challenges. So I'll see you in a bit. A lovely breakfast at Libertines Leamington, and I totally forgot to get a picture of the birthday girl. What a fail. But it was a lovely breakfast. Hello again. Whew, it is hot today. So we've just had a lovely birthday breakfast with my daughter and her boyfriend, and I singularly failed to get any photos. But hey ho. I will try my best at the party tomorrow to get a photo of us together. You will have just seen a little kind of quick video clip of the restaurant. We go to Libertines Burgers in Leamington because they do a really good breakfast at the weekend. So I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday they do breakfast menu, but they are our family's favourite burgers. So if it's a event, birthday, special occasion, that's where we tend to go. And it was lovely. But yeah, if you just come back via Leamington town, picked up a few bits and pieces, went to Marks and Spencer's, got some bits for tomorrow, got something to eat for tea tonight, that kind of thing, and walked back, and it was just really, really hot. So I've just been sat in the cool for a bit. And it's just coming up for lunchtime, so I thought I'd do the next bit of my vlog with you. So I thought I'd just chat to you a little bit about who I've been watching. So you know what it's like when you're not feeling very well. You just need something that's going to cheer you up. So I have found a couple of new people on YouTube, and the first one is Jasmine, who is Jazzleberry Sews. And I will pop her details along here, and I'll pop her details down below. So I met Jasmine through Thready Set Go because she joins in the So Hayley Jane kind of sewing socials. And yeah, and she is a delight. And she was chatting on socials about perhaps setting up, and I was like, she would make a great vlogger, and she really does. So as always, pop on over there, do your something kind for today. If you haven't filled your kind quota, get yourself over to Jazzle Sews, give her a little like and a subscribe. And I promise you, she'll make you giggle because she is funsies. So yeah, she's been lovely, and I've really enjoyed kind of watching her while I've not been feeling well, because it's just made me smile. The other person that I've been watching, which I think I have mentioned to you before, is my friend Lynn, who's Lynn Bromley. So she is another person that lives in Leamington Spa, and she has recently set up her new sewing channel called, oh hang on, let me think, what is her, it's the same as her, I couldn't remember whether it was Lindy Lou Sew or Sew Lindy Lou, and it's Sew Lindy Lou. Sorry Lynn, should remember these things, shouldn't I? So yes, so go over and give the lovely Lynn some love and some likes and subscribe to her channel. So it's funny because they are two very different vloggers. So Jasmine is very much beginner sewer and showing you her journey, and Lynn is very much kind of showing you her plans and her thoughts. And yeah, so two very different ways of vlogging, two very different vloggers, but two really lovely people to support. So yeah, I've been really enjoying them while I've been a little bit under the weather. And yeah, so what else do I need to share with you? I think we're on to plans. Yes, so the first plan that I am going to share with you is something exciting is happening in September. Now, I'm hoping that you've already heard about this, because we've been trying to kind of drip feed it into your brains. So me and Rachel, the French Seams, and Katherine, Sew to Makery, as you know, we're all really good pals, and we have decided that we would like to set up a challenge, a sewing Instagram vlogging challenge, and we are doing it in September, and it is called Sew Phoenix September 25, and it is a challenge all about remaking, another chance, a rebirth, if you like. So you need to think back to your kind of beginnings of sewing. It does not have to be the very first thing you made, and it does not have to be a garment. So don't worry if the very first thing you made is a tote bag, that is fine. If the thing that you want to recreate is perhaps the 7th or 8th thing that you made, that is also fine. You just have to think back to days before the skills that you have now. Recreate something and post it on Instagram. Simple as that. So we will go into a lot more detail. We have vlogs planned, so we will be doing, all three of us will be coming at you with a vlog on the 1st of September, and then the middle of September, and then the end of September for our reveal, and that is all planned and ready to go. So you'll get all of the details, but I will just pop a few little details up here. So because we want you, obviously the deal is that you make it throughout September, but as long as it is a new make, so it is an old make remade, if you start a little bit of the planning now, that is still fine. As long as the lion's share of it is made and done in September, then I think that that is allowed. And yeah, so I'm very excited. So I'm planning a lot of this week, my make and my vlog and that kind of thing. So, but I will keep that a little bit of a secret for now, because, you know, but it has got lots and lots of links to Sewing Bee, so might give you a little bit of a clue. And then what else have I got planned? I'm gonna have to, so I have got planned the Weekend Sewing Club. So the Weekend Sewing Club is a monthly subscription club that I subscribe to, run by the lovely Sarah, who is My Handmade Wardrobe, and she releases a new pattern every month. This month's pattern is the side tie top and dress, and I am going to make the tunic version. So there's a top version, tunic, and then full length dress, and I'm going to make the tunic version. I'm just going to go and get my little helper. So this is this month's. Next month's is a kind of sundowner jacket, and I'm also going to be making that up this week as well, but I will let you know as soon as I have done that. But yeah, so this is the little tie top tunic. Here I've just cut it all out, not sewn it together, it's kind of just pinned. So here are the tie pieces. There's a front, a back, and then there's a v-neck facing. I've got a little label to remember to put in it that says made for me. And this beautiful fabric is from my lovely friends Beck, What Beck Sews, and Sew for Serenity. And yeah, it is just absolutely gorgeous. Did I say Adele, Sew for Serenity? Or did I? Adele and Beck's Sew for Serenity, What Beck Sews. I think I'm going to blame the heat. And yeah, and their lovely fabric obsession shop that they have opened, and I bought this lovely kind of, it's like a linen mix. And the reason that I bought this is I just thought it would be nice and light and airy to wear in these kind of hotter weather that we've got at the moment. So I thought I'd just go for the tunic, and yeah, and go for it. I love the colours. I think I'm going to look a bit like a dinner plate, but we'll see. I'm looking forward to giving that a go. Back over to the old iPad. Honestly, my brain is boiled. So I need to talk to you about a little bit of shopping that I've done before I do my next plans. So as I said, for the Sew Phoenix September challenge, I have I'm planning to recreate a make, and I've had to buy some fabric to do that with. And I've bought the fabric from Andrea at Beyond the Pink Door. I'm not going to show you that fabric, but while I was on, because you know what it's like when you're on, you don't just buy one fabric. I saw that she had some gorgeous viscose that I'd bought from Make Boutique when I went to Plymouth Rocktails, and I've made a lovely pair of Lala trousers, and I went to cut out a top to go with it, and then realised that I didn't quite have enough fabric. Well, Andrea to the rescue. When I went on, she had some, I think it was a remnant, or I may have just bought a metre, or it was a remnant that was around that amount. I can't quite remember, but anyway. So I am going to be making the duo top by Sew Different Patterns, because it's a great one for using up those kind of scrappy bits and then extra bits of fabric. So I'm going to be making the duo top so that it will match my lala-pants. And yeah, so that will be a nice simple one to do this week. But yeah, I've actually got quite a lot of plans for this week, and we've got Simon's mum coming up. Mr. Sparkle's mum is coming over this week as well, so I'm going to be very busy, and I'm supposed to be in recovery, so we will see. But those are my plans for this week. So is there anything else that I need to tell you? Oh, the other thing is, I haven't forgotten. I've still got a couple of tutorials that I've half filmed. I've not quite got finished, but they will be going up in the next couple of weeks as well. I haven't forgotten, guys. They just take a really long time to edit and to get together, but they will be going up really, really soon. And yeah. So I hope you stay safe in this glorious sunshine, wherever you are in the world. Don't forget to sparkle, lovely ones. See you soon. Bye for now.